101. This is Eugene on a car phone. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing today? And yeah, I do care.
Doing great.
Excellent. All right, I got a question for you. I know you're going to grill me on this already. I'm an avid Leykis 101 follower. Listen to all your rules. Started dating this single mom, and she told me the story about how she got married too young, wasn't really ready to have kids. Her husband, talked her into it. She's kind of passive, had to have the kid, trying to trap her in the marriage. And now they're, divorced a couple of years. She's, really cool, mellow, doesn't stress me or crowd me, never stops me from going out with my friends, none of that. The sex is awesome. What do I do? Keep dating this girl or just let it slide?
I would not let that slide.
I don't want to stop dating her. She's really great, but I know your rules on Leykis 101. As far as the sex go, I'm always
They're
careful.
all looking for a guy to pay the bill, Eugene.
Actually, she makes twice as much money as I do.
Well, that's all well and good, but she's looking for at least a surrogate father.
I'm always using protection on top of her birth control, which I don't always trust. I listen to you on that. But it's everything else is cool and great about her. She's perfect.
What happens if there's an accident?
Actually, we even had that talk. If there's an accident, she said she's more than willing. She doesn't want to have any more kids right now, and she'd have an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
I follow your rules to the T, and basically I'm asking you, is there ever any exception to the rule?
If you have a vasectomy. Because I don't trust single mothers. I don't. Not in this respect. You know that when a woman gets pregnant, the hormones start kicking in, and it doesn't matter what she says to you now. You still run the risk down the line that she, especially having had one kid already, that she would say...
Her whole thing is that, I already had one. I don't want to go through that again now. I'm not... And she was even the one who's telling me how she's not looking for a serious relationship. We just, go out, have fun together,
Yeah, so but that's how they suck in, Eugene. That's the right thing to say. She said the right thing. Now, the question is, do you really believe it?
I don't know. I feel like a sucker in the respect that I do believe it, but I think she's genuine with what she's telling me.
Well, yeah, you can keep... I personally, I would leave. That's me.
So there's never any exception to the rule.
I said vasectomy.
Well, I'm not willing to do that down the line.
All right, well, that if you had one, I'd say, okay, I guess that's an exception. But even then, there's always a risk. Especially if it's a recent vasectomy. So, my opinion stands. Now, you do what you like, but I'm telling you, you're going to start getting involved with those kids. No single mother ever doesn't want the boyfriend involved with the kids.
Well, actually, she's pretty cool about that. We've been dating for about 3 months. I haven't even met the kid.
Yet.
Yeah.
She's waiting for the right moment to introduce you to the kid. She's waiting to see if this relationship is going to take.
Well, that's the other thing is, she's cool and understands that I'm dating other people, and she knows I'm sleeping with someone else also, and she's cool with all that.
Yeah, I understand that. Single mothers are horny. There's no question about it.
Yeah, that's for sure. You got that.
They can get knocked up for nothing. They're horny.
Yeah. And the sex is just amazing.
Yeah. Well, they're horny, and they don't get a lot of adult conversation. So, look, I know the sex can be amazing, but I also know the risks of dating a single mother.
So I guess it just comes down to whether the sex is good enough to risk it then.
That's right. That's exactly right. And, see, you have to decide for yourself whether the risk is worth it.
Yeah.
And since you're single, there are plenty of other women out there. But I'm telling you, in her heart, in her mind, she would love one day to introduce you to her kids.
You're probably right on that, even though she says she wouldn't. But
she knows she has to say that.
Yeah, but it's so good.
I mean, who else? Let me ask you a question, Eugene. Who else is she dating?
From what I don't think she's dating anyone else.
Right.
I know she was when we started.
Exactly. She's not dating anybody else. Only you.
Yeah, but she puts that off to work. Like, that's her excuse for that. She doesn't have time. And, I mean, we don't see each other that often anyway, maybe once, twice a week.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, on the weekends, I'm out with my friends every weekend.
Why isn't she seeing anybody else, Eugene?
Because the sex for her is that good. I don't know.
Oh, boy, that Mr. Stud. You really believe that, huh? The sex is so good, she doesn't need anybody else.
Well,
Eugene?
Yeah.
Wake up and smell the adrenaline, baby. I'm telling you. The sex is so good, she doesn't need anyone else. Please.
Okay. She's having like 3 and 4 orgasms within 15 minutes.
Look, can I tell you something? If someone has 3 or 4 orgasms in 15 minutes, they want sex every day, not whenever you have time for them.
Actually, you know, that brings up something else I was wondering about. What's with women who don't masturbate? Because this girl doesn't masturbate. And, like, I think altogether.
Wow, we lost you there with your cell phone. What did you say?
I said, what's with women who don't masturbate? Like, this girl doesn't even masturbate. But when her and I are together, we go for hours, all night, and she loves it, going crazy, but she tells me she doesn't even masturbate.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know if I believe that. I mean, guys lie about it all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably lying. I mean, how could you have 3 or 4 orgasms in 15 minutes and then say, I'll have my next orgasm when you can squeeze me in. I won't see any other people, and I won't masturbate until then.
Her whole thing is she only...
I'm starting to believe her less and less, Eugene.
You're making me see it your way. What do I do?
Doesn't masturbate.
Yeah. I guess I just have to weigh the risks.
The only people who don't masturbate are people who've never gotten a result when they've tried.
Yeah. Well, I don't think she has. She's really kind of conservative, and you know, she's actually.
Yeah. How did she become a single mom again?
She left her husband, and basically, when they were together, he's kind of a chump, and he conned her into getting pregnant and having a kid. He tried to lock her up with the kid. He tried to tie her down, and when the kid was about 2 or 3, she just couldn't take it anymore and left.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, I mean, like, in every respect, according to Leykis rules, this girl is, like, I mean, she breaks most of the rules with what she's telling me, you know, as far as, like, she doesn't want, you know, any commitment and all that stuff. She's telling me what I need to hear.
Because she knows that's what you want to hear.
Yeah.
What woman is going to say, I'll have sex with you, but you'd better guarantee me a permanent relationship? No one says that.
Yeah.
They find out if you're banging other people, and they go, oh, don't worry about it. I don't need anything out of you. I don't need a commitment out of you. Come on. And then you tell me she's conservative. How is that conservative? Wouldn't you say that a conservative woman would be someone who would want to have a relationship with one person?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. She's been divorced for about 1.5 years, 2 years.
You're telling me she's conservative, but she likes to have booty call with a guy who has sex with other people.
Yeah, I mean, well,
how is that conservative?
I'm only the second guy she slept with since leaving her husband.
How is... Yeah, the point is, Eugene, in what way is she conservative?
Well, she's conservative. She's kind of like old-fashioned.
Really? So let me ask you this. You're telling me old-fashioned women they go out with men and say, I don't want any commitment with you, I just want booty call. And how is that old-fashioned?
I guess she isn't. You're right.
Right.
She's not.
Right.
But
I think she's pulling the wool over your eyes, baby.
1-800.
I'm single. I'm very attractive.
Are your breasts holding up?
Very well.
Really?
I go to the gym 3 times a week and work out.
So you're not a member of SAG?
The Tom Leykis Show.